This was the biggest risk I ever took on a video.
So I had $17,500 in cash, packed it in a backpack.
And it's either gonna pay off or be a really big disaster.
Oh!
And then I just spent $17,000 for nothing.
That's Erick Decker, AKA Airrack. He's one of the fastest growing creators on the platform that we've seen in a while.
I want to do YouTube. So I will either become successful at YouTube or I will turn 85 years old and I'm still trying to do YouTube and I will have died trying to do what I want to do. If I'm gonna do something, I want to do it big.
What would it take to actually get in one of David Dobrik's vlogs?
I am the best at sneaking into things.
I think you're charismatic. I have a general rule of thumb. Don't come to my fucking house.
Understood.
Since the beginning of this year, you guys have helped me grow from 0 to over 500,000 subscribers.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like the growth that he's experiencing.
We have 4 months left to hit 1 million. The only way that we're gonna make this happen is with your help.
0 to 1 million in 1 year. That's pretty crazy.
Personally,
feels crazy.
I'm more of a 0 to 170,000 in 4 years type of guy.
This is also one of the hardest times to grow on YouTube ever.
Today, it's harder to become a top tier creator than it is to get into the NBA.
And being a YouTube creator is arguably one of the most desired jobs in the world. In the country, in the nation, in the US?
In the universe.
Yeah.
We had Erick on our podcast a couple of weeks ago, and during that interview, he told us a story that exemplifies perfectly why he's succeeding on YouTube in 2020.
I hope that he doesn't accept this so that I can just put this money back in the bank and like undo all of this, because this is like so much risk, it makes my stomach hurt.
You're a fucking maniac, bro.
Basically, how he's making the impossible possible. So that's the topic this week on The Breakdown. Okay, before we play the intro graphic and carry on with this episode, we just want you to go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We'd appreciate it.
I'm trying to get to 170.
Watch The Breakdown.
Okay, so this video is all about a really good story that Erick told us. And a lot of times in my life, hearing a really good story is what inspires me to take action in my own life, which is why this episode is sponsored by Audible.
Audible is one of our favorite apps. It's basically a gigantic library of audiobooks, podcasts, comedy, theater. They've got all types of genres, and they have thousands of titles.
You know, I don't know if you guys do this as well, but I listen to audiobooks when I work out. Is that strange?
I don't work out, so. That laugh seemed like too much. It was
you know, we're 31-year-old men, man. It's time to start moving your body.
I know, yeah, you're right.
For me, I like to throw in my headphones, grab my jump rope, and listen to a great story. It kind of like takes my mind off of what I'm doing, and I can just jump rope for like 25, 30 minutes.
See, working out is good. And you can listen to audiobooks while you do it.
It's better with the audiobook, I'll say that.
Yeah, much better with an audiobook. So yeah, we'll tell you more about Audible at the end of this video. But if you already know about Audible, you can just click the link in our description, audible.com/colinandsamir, or text Colin and Samir to 500-500. Get 30 days free and one free audiobook. Check this out.
I was on a roll.
All right.
I did the crossover thing 3 times.
I saw you. It was upsetting to me.
So when it comes down to it, Airrack's growth on YouTube has to do with 2 words: social hacking. This is when you make content that has to do with larger social trends, with the goal of riding the wave of that social trend and the large audience that comes with it. So the idea here is to pick topics with really large audiences, and if you can capture even a small percentage of that audience, you'll get millions of views. So for Airrack, this started when he made a video about Stranger Things.
We are here in somewhere in rural Georgia, AKA the shooting spot of the iconic show.
Stranger Things.
Whoa, bro.
And then he followed it up with a video about Tesla's Cybertruck after they announced that.
Welcome to the Tesla Cybertruck.
But when he really caught steam is when he shifted his focus onto YouTube creators. Now, a lot of times, creators themselves are trends. So the example of this is we made a video about David Dobrik. David watched it, he liked it, and he decided to post about it.
These guys did like an analysis on why I laugh so much, and it's actually really great. So swipe up to watch it.
In a sense, we were able to hack the social media landscape to get a shout out from David Dobrik.
Airrack first came across our radar when he did a collaboration with Logan Paul. And Logan Paul didn't necessarily even know he was a part of this collaboration. Social hacking.
The Couch series was basically a series where I purchased Logan Paul's legendary $90,000 Mercedes-Benz couches.
This is one of my biggest regrets in my life. $90,000 for both of these. And I'm not saying that to boast. I'm saying that so you understand how dumb of an idea that was. I've been trying to sell them forever.
At the time I had 100,000 subscribers, and we spent 2 weeks trying to get these couches, which I negotiated down to $17,500. And we were trying to get $17,500 worth of sponsorships for the video. What we basically got was $15,000 spread out over 5 videos with no money up front. I didn't have $17,000 cash, like liquid. So what I did was, again, high risk, high reward. I opened an LLC called Airrack and Associates LLC, which I thought it was a funny name because it's just me. And then I went to the bank the next day and applied for an SBA loan of $17,500. So I had $17,500 in cash, packed it in a backpack, bought a flight to LA, and got a U-Haul, bought a fake California phone number and was communicating with his assistant and told them that we were professional furniture buyers.
These couches, I saw the picture, would be perfect. I love the shape.
And they fully believed everything. So basically showed up at Logan's house with the 17 grand, bought the couches.
Shut the fuck up.
What are you talking about, bro? I'm just your average couch buyer.
Shut the fuck up.
Everything goes down. You guys can see that in the video. I fly back home and I am terrified.
Today I just spent $17,000 on Logan Paul's couch, but the reality is that I'm sleeping in a apartment that looks like this. I don't know what I'm doing, dude. All right, so I just finished spending the last 2 days with no sleep making the buying Logan Paul's couches video. I feel like the impact on my channel is not gonna be anything. That's my fear. I don't think that, but I fear that. And then I just spent $17,000 for nothing. I'm praying that this goes well.
And so I wait for Logan to upload his video. I'm talking to Hayden, his editor. He presses upload. I press upload. I put a call to action in the video to try to get people to comment on his video.
It skyrocketed to what, 2 million views, something like that?
2.1, something like that. The rest is history. It turned into a really successful series after that.
Social hacking.
So in total, the couch series was 5 different videos in which Airrack takes ideas from his audience for what to do with these couches. He ends up selling and trading the couches to facilitate all types of wild experiences and collaborations, all of which created phenomenal YouTube videos that saw massive viewership.
So we dropped the couch out of an airplane and then blew it up. Oh! That's pretty much it. I'm leaving.
Some of the stuff he does in that series is so beyond me. Skydiving with the couch?
I don't even understand how that happens. Then getting punched in the face by Jake Paul.
I told Eric that this was not a good idea.
A goal of mine, I think, is to go throughout my entire life without getting punched in the face. I think that would be really nice. Have you ever been punched in the face?
Yeah, sucked.
By who?
I got punched in the face twice.
By who?
Don't worry about it.
And now for Colin and Samir's key takeaways. That one, you gotta admit, that one really was impressive.
Yeah, but I was surprised that you went in that direction. Like,
was it the fish that I put in there and then the farm animals? Eric has found tons of success this year on YouTube by coming up with serialized formats that provide major value to huge YouTubers. He makes their job easier with the content that he's making.
What I always tell people is, if you're going to try to do a collaboration, you have to create a situation where they win bigger than you do. He didn't have to leave his house. He didn't have to do anything special. I fixed a problem for him, a literal problem of having these couches he wanted to get rid of so bad, and created problems for me, which problems can equal content, you know?
Number 2, Eric has a wild level of commitment to becoming a student of the YouTube platform. He is all in on YouTube.
In my mind, YouTube is what I want to be doing. It's not like I want to do YouTube so that I can go be an actor. I want to do YouTube so that I can do this, and I want to use this so it's a stepping stone. Like, I want to do YouTube.
It reminds me of the conversations I've had with Mr. Beast and with some of these other creators who are able to garner so much success because they are so focused on the YouTube platform.
Number 3, Eric has taken a lot of risk, and specifically financial risk. He has invested a lot in his own channel to make sure that he's growing.
Did you make enough money on AdSense to feel comfortable of like, okay, this is like, I'm gonna be all right here?
The AdSense on that video did not pay for the couch by any means.
And that's key. Growing a YouTube channel in 2020 is not too dissimilar to growing a business. You have to take some of the money and invest back in the business.
The brand deals paid for the couch. I also spent $5,000 on plane tickets and rental cars and this, that, and the other to make that whole series. And then I spent another $6,000 dropping it out of an airplane. Once I got the AdSense check from the last couch series month, that then netted out. So it took me probably 60 days to net out from the couch series.
That's not that bad.
So now you're making money on the couch series.
Now we're making money on the couch series.
Lastly, he's a hell of a storyteller.
His fundamentals are just so good. So by doing all of those things in 2020, Airrack is actually growing on YouTube. He is making what seems impossible possible.
When do you think he'll hit 1 million subscribers?
Mid-December.
I have this feeling it's December 16th. That's the date I have. All right, December 16th. If it happens, Eric, if you're listening, you have to give me all of your AdSense revenue.
That's aggressive. If you're not Airrack and you're listening, just comment below with the day that you think Airrack is gonna hit 1 million subscribers.
And if you are Airrack, remember our deal.
So if you get it right, we get all of his AdSense revenue from the year.
Oh, did I say we? So a huge shout out to Airrack for coming on our podcast and telling us that story, and a big shout out to Audible for sponsoring this video. And we wanted to make a recommendation for all of you guys. If you have not yet, our favorite book is Shoe Dog.
Shoe Dog is the story of Nike and founder Phil Knight, and it's an incredible creator journey. I think there's one part in the book where Nike is making millions of dollars in sales, but all of that money is going back into the business, so he still is not profitable. And I think to do something great, a lot of the times you have to play that fine line. Like if you're trying to build a great company or a great YouTube channel like Airrack is doing, you have to take those risks and you have to invest back in the business.
It felt great paying that loan back with like no interest because I paid it back in 60 days.
So again, you can get your free audiobook and your 30-day trial by clicking the link in the description, going to audible.com/colinandsamir, or texting Colin and Samir to 500-500.
So make sure to subscribe to this channel, subscribe to our podcast channel, like the video, and drop a note in the comments. When do you think Airrack will cross 1 million subscribers? To the exact date. Give us the date.
All right, that's pretty much it.
We're leaving.
We're leaving.
Watch the breakdown.
I got a few things, but if you need $1 bill in your blue jeans, I'ma throw it to you, honey, like I'm Drew Brees. I'm just happy that my crib got 2